Terms of service. 6. Changes. Changes or discontinuation of paid services. YouTube reserves the right to change the availability of paid services. In addition, we reserve the right to modify, suspend, or discontinue any paid service with or without notice to you, and we will not be liable to you or any third party for any such modifications, suspensions, or terminations. However, this will not affect your ability to request a refund as described above. Removal or unavailability of content. In certain cases, content available within a paid service may become unavailable due to restrictions from our partners who license us such content or other legal or policy reasons. YouTube will have no liability to you for any such unavailability. In the case of video rentals and purchases, if this happens during your rental period or during the first 5 years after you purchase content, you may request either a refund of the price paid or a reasonable replacement for such otherwise unavailable rental or purchase content. For all other paid services, if you are not able to download a copy of the affected content, if applicable, before it becomes unavailable, then YouTube may, at its option and solely as an accommodation to you, offer you either A reasonable replacement of the content if possible, or B, a refund of the price of the content. If YouTube chooses to issue you a refund or replacement, the refund or replacement of your purchase price shall be your sole remedy. Changes to the paid service terms. We may also change these paid service terms from time to time, so we encourage you to periodically review the most up-to-date version at http://www.youtube.com/t/terms_paid service. If the paid service terms change, you will have the opportunity to review the new terms when you next purchase any paid service. By completing the purchase, you signify your agreement to the new paid service terms, and further, that they will apply to your use of the service as a whole, including any paid service you have purchased in the past, and all subsequent purchases until the paid service terms change again. If you refuse to accept the updated paid service terms, then you may not buy any additional paid services, and the latest version of the paid service terms that you accepted will continue to apply to your use of previously purchased paid services. 7. Other terms. 1. You acknowledge and agree that certain content available in the paid services may be considered offensive to some people, and that such content may not be labeled as such. Additionally, certain descriptions of paid services or content available in the paid services are not guaranteed to be accurate. You agree to use the paid services at your own risk, and, subject to applicable laws, YouTube will have no liability to you for any content that you find offensive. 2. The paid services are being provided by Google LLC, reachable via email at Google LLC, ATTN:/YouTube paid services. 1600 Amphitheater Parkway, Mountain View, CA 94043, or via email online form. Complaints and/or feedback about your paid service experience may be sent to the address above or provided online as described above. You may also contact our customer support team by clicking Help next to the relevant purchase on your purchases page, or by contacting the team. 3. You agree that you are solely responsible for, and that YouTube has no responsibility to you for, your use of any paid service, any breach of your obligations under the paid service terms, and for the consequences, including loss or damage of any kind which YouTube may suffer of any such breach. 4. You acknowledge and agree that you are responsible for paying all fees in a timely manner and for providing us with a valid credit card or other form of payment acceptable to YouTube. In addition, you acknowledge that your online acceptances constitute a binding agreement between you and YouTube and signify your intent to be bound to such online acceptances. 5. Subject to applicable laws, in no event will YouTube or its affiliates aggregate liability for any and all causes of action brought by you or your agents arising from or related to the services exceed the payment actually received and retained by YouTube from you for the paid services. 6. Unless not permitted by applicable law, you acknowledge and agree that these paid service terms, your transaction for the paid service, and your relationship with YouTube under these paid service terms shall be governed by the law of the State of California, USA, without respect to its conflict of law principles, and any claim or dispute that arises in whole or in part from your use of the YouTube website and the paid services will be decided exclusively by a court of competent jurisdiction located in Santa Clara County, California, USA. 7. You acknowledge and agree that your transaction for the paid service is with Google LLC.